Hi friends. If you click to check out the newest addition to Pat McGrath's obsessive opulence collection, her Blitz Astral Quad in Ritualistic Rose and her cream highlighters, and please keep on watching. If it's your first time here, hi, my name is Alicia. Thank you so much for coming. And if you are returning, well, thank you for coming again. Kinky Sweat stands for my kinky hair and sweat life. I'm a fitness professional who loves things, all movement and beauty. If you want to check out what I do in between the makeups, you can head over to my Instagram. This just came in the mail today. I have to go over to Maddie's house later, but I wanted to film this in home so when I got to Maddie's house I could start editing and possibly get this up tonight, latest tomorrow morning. Hopefully. I already have a video on the first Blitz Astral Quads. If you want to check that out, I will link the card above and the video link down below. I won't go into my rant again, but quickly, timestamps will be down below, by the way, for this quad. The price is $65 for the quad. People were outraged. I believe if you don't experience Pat McGrath textures, if you just see it visually online, it just looks like any old eyeshadow. And because of that, again, if you haven't tried her eyeshadows and you just see the photo, you assume that it is an outrageous price. But when you feel the textures and you see the dazzle and you understand the reason why they're so expensive is because they are just outrageously beautiful, that's when I feel people would understand the price a little better. That doesn't mean they should still buy them, but I think maybe they'll have a better handle on her pricing and why she chose that number. Anyway, this is a part of a huge holiday collection which she calls obsessive opulence. The first quads that released were part of what she called a shock drop. I didn't know they were coming. All of a sudden, the announcement came out to say that these were available not only online at Sephora, but in store. So I ran over, got them, did the video, blam. But then she was like, that's just the beginning. And you're like, what does she mean? Everyone was on edge thinking, ooh, is she gonna release Decadence again? That didn't happen. It's okay. But there were photos circulating of a third quad that I thought was going to be exclusive to Selfridges. And people were like, where's the other quad, Alicia? Where's the other quad? I'm like, I don't know where the other quad is. I am just confused as you guys are. She did eventually release the final quad, which was a part of the overall holiday collection that she teased that was going to be like the powwow like finale of this release. In addition to the Ritualistic Rose quad, she also has a couple of items, specifically bundles that I feel are only available on her website. I don't know if Sephora will eventually carry Ritualistic Rose. Right now, only Iconic Illumination and Nocturnal Nirvana are available at Sephora. If you were to go on her website, she has all three quads available in a bundle. She has the Nocturnal, Iconic, and Ritualistic bundles with the quad and 2 lipsticks in limited edition packaging. So although the colors are not limited edition, they are already existing colors in her matte trans collection. The packaging, the lipstick component is in the special holiday colors, which from what I see here on the website, like a maroon red, a hot pink, and a coral orange pink would look really beautiful actually. Then she has the individual lipsticks in the special edition light blue packaging as well as the light pink packaging that matches out with the Ritualistic Rose theme. What I'm really psyched about are the new Chromaluxe Highlight Cream products. I got them both in Pale Gold 002 and Astral Blue Star, so we're gonna get into that. Then she has her duos that I think these are new shades. She has the Ritualistic Rose duo, Beautiful Stranger, and Fembot, or maybe not. I don't think those are new. Are they? Let me know down below. And again, I don't know if these will ever be available at Sephora, but historically her bundles were always available exclusive to her site. Let's crack into this, friends. Ritualistic Rose. Oh my god. I can't even I love the theme of this year's holiday collection. It's just like opulent is the appropriate word to describe it. You have the blinged out jewelry here on the box, and the background is like a beautiful pale rose. And what we were all very happy about to see is that her quad design is much like, exactly like her 10 shade mothership design. You got the black lacquer with the embedded gold hieroglyphic logo with the mirrored back. This is an experience, okay? This is what you're paying for. And you have the mirror, and here she is. Isn't that simply divine? I mean, you cannot look at these shades. Oh my God. Ritualistic Rose is her name. She retails for $65, but again, these are her special shades that are found usually at the right hand side of her 10 shade mothership palette. The Astral shade, the Blitz shade, and the Veil shade, and a duochrome. Depending on the palette will determine the combination, but one of those are involved for sure, or all four. And then in the box you have the card, because Pat McGrath does not put labels on her palette, okay? That's basic, all right? And then we have her Chroma Highlight Creams, which come in these two shades. I know I need to stop saving the boxes, but I can repurpose those for bobby pin boxes, okay? Quickly going on to the Ritualistic Rose quad description. Hybrid formulations combine the best features of powder, cream, and fluid textures, delivering high pickup with an opulent payoff for eyes that beam with ritualistic radiance. Succumb to extravagant makeup artistry with exquisite array of finishes, delivering iridescent color and sparkling shine. Product features. Yes, we got shade descriptions. All right, now we're doing good. First up is Antique Gold 002, which she describes as a glistening antique gold. I'm gonna cut down the exposure for you so you can see these shades a little better. Astral Rose Orchid is a glittering rose gold. Oh my God. This has a duochrome. This has little teal reflex in this rose base. Okay, got it. Sorry. Rose Quartz 005 is a metallic plum. I have never seen a shade like this in my life. What is she doing to us? This is gorgeous. You can't see it on camera, but there's blue reflex in here or something. No, excuse me. Violet, you've got to be kidding me. Beyond Bronze 003 is a sparkling deepened bronze. Oh, that is simply gorgeous. Quickly going into Iconic Illumination, let's take a look at the bronze shade here, which judging just from sight alone is a lot deeper. This is Blitz Brown. So it's not even labeled as a bronze, but this is Blitz Brown. Is a lot richer in texture, a lot richer in tone. Only other color that kind of looks like this is Lazarus from Subversive. My favorite Pat palette. Lazarus is not a special shade. It's a metallic, but this is Lazarus. That's a little more plum, don't you think? That's a little more plum, and the bronze shade from Ritualistic Rose is like an actual true chocolate brown. I'm trying to think. I'm sure Mel will have a lot more comparisons. Hey, Mel! She's a lot better at that than I am. I'm just lazy. But just quickly thinking from the top of my head, this shade, though, does not exist anywhere. The only one is Night Creature, again from Subversive. Let's pop her out again quickly. So this is Night Creature. I'm gonna put it next to Night Creature. Is definitely more magenta in tone, whereas what is this one called? Come on, memory, work for me. Whereas Rose Quartz is a lot more rose. Of course, without the comparisons, these are the shades for Ritualistic Rose. I am very, very excited and thrilled. I cannot wait to pop these on my eyes. Let's quickly go into the cream highlighters. I'm keeping the exposure down. I'll pop it off again when we get to the demo because I really want us to see the true tones of these shades. And hopefully the light change will not drive us nuts. I'm scared. All right, the Chromaluxe Highlight Cream, they retail for $30 each. We're looking at a total of 7 milliliters or 0.23 fluid ounces of product. It's not a whole lot of product, but I wouldn't want a whole lot of cream gel highlighter anyway because I feel this is something meant to be used sparingly. We're looking at a suggested shelf life of 6 months, and this product is made in Italy. The suggested shelf life for her quads, it looks like 18 months and also made in Italy. And the ounceage for the quads are going for 1.5 grams each or 0.05 ounces each. Back to the gel cream. This gel cream highlighter shines with radiant glittering effects for the eyes and face. Available in sparkling gold and brilliant blue iridescence. Pearlescent pigments create multi-dimensional shine with a smooth texture that's exceptionally adhesive, okay, and applies effortlessly with the finger or a brush. This glittering full coverage cream stays in place for lasting wear and high impact diamond intensity. Pale Gold 002 is described to be an iridescent metallic gold. This is the tube and this is the box that it comes in with. It has a lid. I freaking love this packaging. I think it's so holiday appropriate, so beautiful. The lid has a puncture. I don't want to be too aggressive because I don't want this to like squeeze out. Oh God, we did it. Here we go. Let's see. I'm gonna put some Pale Gold 002 on the skin. You know what this kind of looks like? This looks like one of the shades from the quad, which, I mean, that's expected. So here's Pale Gold 002. Oh wow, that starts off as a cream and it definitely feels like a gel as you apply and blend. That's gorgeous. You know what this is? This is the cream version of Fire Opal from Bronze Seduction. I'm telling you, that's what it is. You want to see? You want to see? That's exactly what this looks like. Fire Opal. This has a pink reflect, but this has that same teal reflect I find in Fire Opal. So immediately upon seeing that, I just thought about that shade right away. Next up, we have Astral Blue Star, which is described to be as a brilliant pearlescent blue. You don't have a lot in here, friends. When you start squeezing, you already have like flattened out more than half the tube. I don't know how much I'll use of this, so we shall see. Ooh, the blue is pretty. Oh my God. This definitely has like a violet reflect. That is gorgeous. Oh, I wonder how we can use that today. Those are the swatches, my friends. I hope they helped in answering any questions you might have about the shades in regards to the quad and the highlight cream. Let's get into this demo because we gotta go to Maddie's house soon, okay? And with all that out the way, before we start, we need to fix these eyebrows, friends, because they're looking questionable. Eyebrows are fixed. For my primer, going in with the ABH eye primer. I might not need an intense primer like this, but I thought, you know, go in with the best of the best so we could get out the best of the best from these shadows. Blend this out and we will not set. We will leave it as is so it can maintain that tack. I do want to... Ooh, I want to try the highlight cream. I really do. I want to try it on my face. I want to try it on my lids. But I also want to see the true shade of the actual shadows. I want to do so many things. So freaking little time. All right, friends, what should we do? I have to go in with this shade first because I just need to know. You're too far. Hi. The way I like to apply these shades is with my finger. If you haven't used Pat Special shades before, they're like a dream. Yes, they are a dream, but they are a gel to powder texture that I feel adheres better when applying with skin. But you could also be successful with a brush. I don't have very long nails, so I'm okay with it. But if you use like a natural hair brush, I think you should be all right. Don't know about synthetic, you might have to experiment. First, going in with rose quartz. I'm gonna pull that across the lid. I'm gonna use like a push-pull method to make sure these particles adhere. That's so pretty. Oh my God. Are you dying? Like, what is happening? That's simply gorgeous. Just for the sake of it, I do want to, do I? Let me see. So we could do several things here. We can put rose quartz just on the lid, crease, lower lash line, and be done. I don't know. I want to see what the bronze does as well. First, let's go with my Sonergy Worker Pro Ritualistic Rose under the lash line. What do we have here? Wangos number 4. I missed you. In with a little bit of the bronze, just to smoke this out a little bit across the crease, and also to see another shade in action. You know what I'm saying? And a fun fact about these shades, despite them having these beautiful, dazzling specks in them, they're very easy to blend, which is something that's not typical for a shadow that has this type of dazzle. Usually you'll need a glitter glue or you'll need to use your finger exclusively, but it's great that you could use both finger and brush to apply these textures. Grabbing a little more of the quartz color to combine it with the brown, or bronze, excuse me. And I'm using my finger to just pat around. See what I did there? And wipe my brush with no additional product just to further blend out. Hey there, Mr. Alien. Definitely have to go with Astral Rose Orchid and just pat that right on the center. Ooh, that did it. I did get a little bit of fallout because I did not completely tap off my brush, but wiped off fine. Nice and fine and dandy. And to go with my Sonaji Worker Pro again. Tap that on the inner part of the lid. I will say the antique gold, it has the least punch out of all of them, but I don't mind because I think she wanted to recreate that antique gold feel. Oh, where are you going? Losing light, losing light. So probably the finish is not as bright and cray as the other shades in here. That is eye number 1. Let's go to eye number 2. We gotta put in this cream, friends. We gotta put it in. Taking the highlight cream in Pale Gold 002. And I finally grab a Linda Hallberg brush. This is her brush in 304, which I always have wanted to grab, but when she did that like 50% off site-wide sale, I grabbed it with a lot of other things real fast. I'm gonna put that on the lid. Now this is definitely not as moussey as, let's say, Charlotte's Mesmerize formula. I feel you gotta work a little bit to blend this out, because once you get it on the lid, I think it helpful to use your finger to pat down the rest of the texture. Not too bad. It looks a little uneven in person. I'm not sure if that's because I need to wait till it dries down, but when I open my eye, you could just see the texture of the shadow. So might not be my favorite thing to apply on my lid. I much prefer the mesmerized texture. I think it's a lot smoother and easier to apply. It's very beautiful, and maybe this is a good setup for another shade that we will apply. I have some left over. Just wanted to quickly put this on my cheekbone, because why not? I'm gonna put the flashlight on this in a minute, but first, definitely want to go in with this shade on the lid. Wow, that shows up pinky beautiful. I mean, this looks wet. Going in with a little rose quartz on the outer third just to deepen it a bit. Antique gold on the lower lash line. Putting on a little more mascara just so that whatever lashes got covered in that cream look black again. Let's check out these sparkles. So here is the eye with the Chromaluxe highlight cream, and here is my cheekbone with some of it applied as highlighter. Here is the other eye with the rose quartz and bronze color. I just feel that it was a little tough for me to apply the cream. I might have to experiment with it further just to get the hang of it, but it does leave a beautiful finish. I mean, this reminds me of the Natasha Denona Duo highlighter. And here's a finished look, wide shot of both eyes. Here on the left you see, or your right, the Chromaluxe highlight cream with some of the shades, and here on the other eye you have the rose quartz, which is by far my most favorite shade of the entire palette. I like this eye, I do. It's very light, and I think it's more appreciated in person because it's really hard to catch the reflex on camera unless you come up close to me in person and see the reflectivity and duochrome nature of the cream gel. I simply love the rose quartz shade on this eye, but what I'm gonna do is take off both and put the bronze color on both eyes just to create that smoky effect with the shade. I might have to do another dedicated video using this shade, or I could just put this on the inner corner with the bronze. I know it's not a part of the Ritualistic Rose theme of things, but just so you can see it in action. Does that sound like a plan? Okay. Sonaji Worker Pro with Bronze Gold 003. Beyond bronze. Beyond. I'm gonna put that all over the lid. Same brush, lower lash line. Wayne Goss number 4. Through the crease, same shade. I absolutely Love this shade as a one and done eye look. So easy to work with, and the shine on this is incredible. The texture is just beautiful. Using Astral Rose Orchid on the very inner part of the lid to give it a little more pop. Gold shade with my Refer 03 pencil brush in the lower third. All right, this is what we'll do. We'll pop into Nocturnal Nirvana because I think that is the appropriate color story to wear with the Astral Blue Star Chromaluxe cream highlighter. I'm gonna use my finger to apply this, and what I'm doing is warming it up and swirling it and twirling it and just getting a lighter application. Maybe perhaps hat-like motions will help disperse the product better. Oh god, getting it all over. I mean, that's fun. All right, let's see what we can do from Nocturnal Nirvana. I mean, I would just probably go with this shade, don't you think? Back on my Sony G Worker Pro, just on the outer V of the lid. But you know what this goes well with? I'm staying within this year's holiday collection, but I'm just gonna pop into last year's. We're gonna go into Dark Star, baby. Definitely going in with Interstellar. Pull that, yeah, that's it. There we go. Although that with the Nocturnal Nirvana shade is not bad at all. Patting that all out throughout the lid, lower lash line, using the gold shade from Nocturnal Nirvana on the inner corner. And here's the finished look. We have the Beyond Bronze on this eye and the Chromalite Iridescent Gel Lighter Highlighter Cream with Interstellar from last year's Dark Star Holiday Opulence palette. And here we have the flashlight on Beyond Bronze. And here we have it on Interstellar on top of the Astral Blue Chromaluxe Details cream. So pretty. And here's a wide shot of the look, friends, so you can see from afar. We have the blue eye and the bronze eye going on. In short, I would just get Ritualistic Rose because although these are fun, they're a little tricky to use, and for $30 for this small of a tube, I expect myself and others to experience something a little more effortless. For instance, I know I always bring this up, I feel the Charlotte Tilbury Mesmerize are a perfect example of that. They're expensive too, but they're just easier to apply. They don't have as much sparkle and glitz, so yes, they might not be as much fun and finish, but I feel they're easy for anyone to use, from novice to makeup enthusiast to pro. These are a little tricky. I feel you have to warm them up, you have to find the right brush to apply them. You have to be careful because if you go in with too much, it could look really textured on the lid. I see what she was trying to do. I think it is very holiday appropriate to have something with this type of finish, with that type of twinkle and reflectivity. I would skip on these and just get Ritualistic Rose. I do think this is the star. Now, is it my favorite quad out of the bunch? Nocturnal Nirvana has to be my favorite quad out of the bunch. I think the textures in here are just top to bottom outrageously beautiful. And I know it's not your everyday friendly denly palette, but the colors in here, if you want to punch out with some shades. And of course, second for me is Iconic Illumination because the burgundy wine shade in there is just gorgeous. I like Ritualistic Rose. I do. I think this is a lower key gold than people might expect. Like, this is a little drier than the one found in Nocturnal Nirvana. This actually reminds me a little bit of Jubilee, but I feel Jubilee from Midnight Sun has a little more shine than Antique Gold in here. So this might be a shade that you have to wet to get a little more impact. This is by far my most favorite shade in the palette. Rose Quartz is simply gorgeous. I think it's unlike any shade I have in my collection. It is gorgeous on the lid and just as a single eye look. Beyond Bronze, as you see, beautiful. And this shade here has gorgeous duochrome reflectivity. I mean, you pop this on any of the shades in this quad and you're gonna get a beautiful finish. Even if we just pop it on here, it just changes the shade beautifully and adds lovely shine. So if you love roses and pinks, I think you would really like Ritualistic Rose. If you already have Nocturnal Nirvana and Iconic Illumination, do you need to get Ritualistic Rose? I mean, the collector in me says yes, only because I believe these are limited edition. If you want all 4 quads because it's the holiday collection, and why not just do all 3, then go right ahead. I would say maybe possibly wait for a sale, because Black Friday, I know we're still in October, but before you know it, it's gonna come here quick. Maybe wait for a Black Friday sale that Pat might do. Maybe Sephora will end up carrying Ritualistic Rose, so you could get the 25% off, or whatever percentage you're eligible for depending on where you are on the VIB status of things. But that's not to say that Ritualistic Rose isn't gorgeous. I mean, these shades are beautifully curated. I mean, this is definitely a rose palette. I love how she has the 2 pinks in here, but she got the 2 neutrals that just pair beautifully with those pink tones, and I think they're appropriate to be here. Could she have done another type of rose? Maybe, but I like that she included the neutral in here. The antique is weak, absolutely. It's definitely a lot drier than the other shades in here. And again, I'm going to just experiment. I'm popping in quickly to my Jubilee shade in Midnight Sun just to see. Yeah, I feel like Jubilee has a lot better punch. So here is Antique Rose and here is Jubilee. Which one did I do? I had to do it over again because I forgot which one I swatched. Here's Jubilee from Midnight Sun, and here is Antique Gold. I know they're 2 different colors, but I feel the formula for Jubilee is a lot smoother. I could be wrong, I could be making stuff up, but let's not forget this Astral shade. This is a gorgeous duochrome shade. I mean, it's outrageously beautiful. And then Rose Quartz has something going on in there as well. So even though I'm being a little meh about Antique Gold, I still think it's worth getting. Even if the Antique Gold is not up to par, I feel the other shades are worth spending the $65 for. And that's only if you love rose types of shades. This is like, if you're a hardcore rose tone shade fan, then of course this is a must for you. But if you're not even into those shades, skip it. Don't get it. If you don't know already, this was a very prompt first impressions. I wanted to get on here quickly to show you the swatches, to talk about the palette, to put it in action. I'm going to still use this palette. It's not going anywhere. I'm going to use it all month because, again, I still love this formula. I love the shades in the quad. Even though I'm not crazy about Antique Gold, I'll make it happen either way. I would say don't be in a rush to buy these suckers because they're a little tricky to use, and for 30 bucks each, I would expect more of a more effortless, seamless experience in terms of application. But again, I'm gonna keep using these because I bought them, and once you open something from Pat McGrath, you can't return it. So I sealed my fate with that decision. If you still want to get them because you're like, I like that effect, I like these types of shades and dazzle effects, then go right ahead. But if there's anything I would highly recommend from this video, from what I picked up, it would just be Ritualistic Rose. Skip on these or buy them at another time, maybe on sale. So that's it, my friends. Let me know if you picked up Ritualistic Rose. If you haven't picked up anything from Obsessive Opulence, if you're holding off, you're like, Alicia, I've had enough, that's fine too. Let me know what your favorites are, how you would rank all 3 quads from this holiday collection. And with that said, friends, that is a wrap. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope this video helped. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. And until then, I'll see you on here again with another first impressions review tutorial, get ready with me, or favorites list. Take care, and I'll see you again soon.